What is up? You catch me deep in the woods, and today we're talking about something that I really enjoy, and that is the macro mentality. Macro mentality, what the hell is that? Well, I can tell you, it's not just about taking photos of things that are super up close. It's a bit more. It's about a philosophy. It's about how you take photos. Pretty good here in the woods. You can apply a macro mentality to anything, a portrait, a landscape, or macro shots. Macro mentality is pretty simple and is quite easy to break down. Number one, you want to have a unique perspective on something. You don't want to have the same angle that everyone else has tried, or just that regular view that you get of that item. If it's a bottle of something, don't take it just sat on a shelf, because that's just going to look ordinary. That's not going to stand out, and it's not that creative. Give it a perspective that isn't what you'd normally see. Now, that's not to say go completely crazy, balls to the wall. Try and think, what angle of this thing would show this off the best, and which one would stand out the most? Whoa, we've hit some light. And yes, I've managed to pick the biggest coat possible. Totally overdone it. It's not really that cold. Number two in the macro mentality rules is details. Now everyone's talking about details. You'll see it on comments all over Instagram, but there's more to it than just having a sharp image. It's more about what you want to show and what you don't want to show. You absolutely maximize the thing that you do want to be showing, and at the same time you put as much effort, maybe even more effort, into minimizing the things that you don't want in your shot. Now, you can do this in editing, you can do this in lighting, again, you can do this with framing and perspective. Find a way of eliminating the things that you don't want to see. It's when you have that big contrast between the things that are in focus, crispy sharp, and the things that are hidden, blurred right out. That's when you get those details absolutely nailed. That's a crucial step in the macro mentality. Next up, and it kind of goes in a little bit with perspective, and that is be different. Really think something through and give yourself the chance at redoing, evolving, and iterating on what you've already done. If you've done a shot that looks brilliant out on the countertop, look at that one and think, what could I do differently? And do it again, and do it again. And soon, you'll just see that absolutely maximizing the potential of that setup. That relates really nicely into landscape photography. You don't just go to a place once and say, oh, that's it, we're done. No, you go back and you see how the different lighting affects how things look. You go back when it's raining, maybe. You go back when it's at the sunset. You just keep iterating, keep going. And then I guess finally is what is at the core of the macro mentality, and that's making a small thing a big thing. What do I mean by that? I mean, you take an idea and you absolutely run with it and you push it to the maximum. If you've got an octopus skull looking ring, you're not just going to take a photo of that out on your desk. No, you're going to push it to the max. You're going to have some water in there, there's going to be some coins, you're going to edit it just beautifully, and it's going to look like it's in Davy Jones's locker. That is the key of macro mentality. It's taking that small idea and just running with it, and taking it to a place that no one else would have thought of doing. Now, that might not be the popular thing to do. That might not be the thing that you'll see all over Instagrams, getting those likes everywhere. But you'll feel so much better in yourself for pushing that idea all the way out there. That's the macro mentality. Have the idea and make it a massive one. So next time you're out shooting, maybe it's a landscape, you know, a portrait, maybe it's actually some macro shots of some bluebells like I'm going to get in here in a second. Just focus in on an idea and explore it to its limit. Really think about it and allow yourself to go through the motions a bit and yeah, take on that macro mentality and see where it leads you. And I reckon it's going to lead you to somewhere brilliant. And if you embrace the macro mentality and you get some awesome shots, be sure to tag me. I would love to see them. But for now, I'm ducking underneath this archway. The macro mentality is not doing a thing because it's popular. It's not going to that location and taking that exact same shot that you've seen 50,000 times on Instagram. It's not taking that shot that you know will just rein in the likes. No, it's about having your own ideas. It's about having that idea and taking it to the maximum. Even if that means that, you know, nobody likes it at all. Because when you do that, you develop your creativity. You learn so many more things. And that is far more valuable than any likes on social media. If you really take the time to let your creativity go absolutely wild, you will not regret it. And you'll be left with images that look absolutely amazing. Maybe they don't do so well on the old Insta grid, but man, what are likes anyway? Might be time to get out of the spooky woods. And if you'd like to see some more videos, maybe going more in depth on embracing the macro mentality, maybe even how I take macro photos, how I edit macro photos. If you'd like any of that, subscription's the way to go, and the likes always help. Thanks for watching. So detour time because it doesn't go dark enough. Sunset is absolutely on. I thought that cloud was going to stop things. That's rule number 4, a late entry of macro mentality. Always take those chances when they come up. It's pretty windy, so I think there's going to be more photos, less video. It's always on. It was dead windy. I have no idea if any of that is remotely useful. Buffeted by the wind. Trying to just hold the camera straight was absolutely nuts. But we capitalized, hopefully, on rule number 4, and that's take those chances. Look at this. What the? Yeah, it was windy. Real goddamn windy. Holy moly. But yeah, looked incredible. There's a shot from in there with the waves pounding against 2 little rocky outcrops, and if that looks how I saw it, it's gonna look pretty damn cool. I guess you'll find out here. Now, did it work? Did it look good? Who knows? See you in the next one.
I need you more.